In the last 30 minutes or so, Thomas Markle made what was at times almost a desperate plea on this programme for his daughter Meghan to allow him to meet his grandchildren and, of course, her and Harry while he still has the chance.
I want to see my grandkids, and I think the king would like to see his grandkids as well. And the other thing is, I've done nothing wrong. There's nothing that points to me says I'm a bad guy. As a matter of fact, I'm a really loving father, and she knows that. And there's no excuse for her to treat me this way.
Broadcaster Ateh Jewel says Meghan can't trust her father, while royal journalist Emily Andrews says he deserves to meet his grandchildren. Very good morning to both of you. I can't... Look, she's entitled to do what she wants, but I can't really see what he's done that's so dreadful.
Me neither.
I want to wish Thomas Markle peace and good health, and it's a very sad situation. I completely relate to this. I was estranged from my father for many years, but from what I've seen, Thomas Markle has taken every opportunity to, in my opinion, weaponise and monetize every interaction with Meghan. She is within her right as a mother, as a person, to protect her mental health, her peace. She can defend her children and herself from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and DNA does not give you a free ticket to allow yourself to be emotionally, spiritually abused.
Did you not feel sorry for him at all in the interview?
I think, you know, I've got children, and I say to them, all actions have consequences, and I think he has no one to blame but himself. I think the fact that he's coming on continuously talking about suing her in a kind of bullying tone. He questioned her parenting, in my opinion, saying, oh, it's not good for the children, this isolated life. I mean, this is... I think we live in a very patriarchal society where fathers are supposed to be this safe harbour, this peace. But, you know, I know from personal experience when your father is the storm, is the chaos. And in my opinion, this is what it looks like to me.
From your personal experience, very briefly, do you think, supposing something awful would have happened and he were to pass away in the next couple of weeks, do you think Meghan would regret not reaching out? Speaking as a daughter yourself?
Yes, I was able to say goodbye to my father on his deathbed, and I gave him my forgiveness. His last word to me was, come, in the same kind of tone. And I was like, I'm not going to come, but please go in peace, and I forgive you, and I'm sorry we didn't have a great relationship. But she doesn't owe him anything other than what she owes herself and her children.
Isn't that the point, that Thomas is obviously very ill? He suffered a stroke last year. We saw he's speaking and slurring. He's a very ill man. His last wish is to see his beloved daughter and meet his grandchildren. You know, up until she started dating Harry seriously, Meghan and her father were incredibly close. The Thanksgiving just before in fact, when she and Harry were still had started dating and the world didn't know, Meghan spent Thanksgiving with her father and her mother. They were incredibly close. I think that a lot of the issues here is that Thomas made one mistake. He lied when Meghan and Harry asked him had he posed those paparazzi pictures. He was ashamed. He was, you know, in bits over, you know, doing it, and he said no, he hadn't posed. For that, Meghan is punishing him.
What about the letter? What about the letter?
Meghan is punishing him for the rest of his life. And what I find so hypocritical is that Meghan is punishing Thomas for doing exactly the same thing that she has done. She has spoken out publicly. We know far more about her life through her own words than anything Thomas Markle has ever said about her. All he's ever said is that he loves her. She's a great daughter. There's beautiful pictures of her as a child. He supported her. She lived with him during junior school and senior school. He paid for her to go to university. And now this one last dying wish to see his daughter, to reconcile. Because after he dies, it will be too late.
So what do you think
Meghan
the chances are that Meghan would see that and think, I need to change my mind?
I think anyone who has been in this situation, who understands the power dynamics, the emotional abuse, can say that I fully support her in her decision. She owes nothing to her father, but she owes everything to herself and her children.
Thank you both very much indeed.